Morning, good afternoon, good evening, whoever and wherever you are. This is Coach Lee, and we're working on speech anxiety, and we are talking with Sean from Israel. Say hello, Sean.
Hello.
And Sean is he's been working on our methods for a while. You know, the logic of that is so maddening, isn't it? I mean, you can read to me flawlessly, and then you're trying to answer a question spontaneously, and you have a problem. But it's the same you, the same mouth, the same tongue, the same brain. You know, nothing's different, except your brain has developed this habit of when you start talking, the brakes go on. You know, it makes zero sense. And you know that there's nothing physical about it, nothing organic, genetic, or chronic. There's nothing in your brain. If it were in your brain, you wouldn't be able to read aloud. You wouldn't be able to do it. And sometimes you talk wherever it is without a problem, don't you?
Yeah.
So what's on the cover of my book is right. If you can say one word anywhere, anytime, you can say any word anywhere, anytime. That's pure logic. So what we got to do is get your brain to stop interfering with the process. I mean, speaking is like breathing. Your brain does the work. You don't have to do anything. If you're giving a speech to a formal speech somewhere, fine. You write it out, you read it, you memorize it or whatever. But in a conversation, speaking is like breathing. It's babbling. What you don't need to do is think about any word you're going to say. You can think about your message all you want. I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I'm tired, I'm this, I'm that. I want to go here, I want to go there, blah, blah, blah. Those are all thoughts. That's message, that's fine. But you don't put them in words. Your brain puts things in words. So your job is to get out of your brain's way. Babble. I can say anything I want to say, anytime, about nothing. I'm just talking, doesn't matter, whatever. Planning nothing. And you do the same thing back to me in part. But then you have this habit, slow down, think a word, fear it, and force it. And that's the problem. So when you don't do that, and as you sometimes do not do, speech is great. And that's the way it can and should be. Unfortunately, it's all or nothing at all. You can't have any embarrassment. You can make mistakes. I make mistakes, and it's okay. Or even force a word once in a while. That's fine, as long as I don't appear speech disabled. I can make mistakes, they're fine. Forget about it. Everybody makes mistakes, so what? You're never going to be perfect. Okay, fine. Which doesn't mean you can't get better and better and better. You can. But you don't worry about little things. What you cannot do is be incapable of communicating, because that's a bad incident, and that's when you're humiliated. And that's, as long as you do that, you stutter to your grave. So to end that, we have to stop it all. You can make mistakes, it's okay, and you should forgive yourself and forget them, but you cannot appear speech disabled. That is, you take too long, what's your name? And I go, Lee Lovett, that's not being disabled. So they say, what's your name? And I go, ugh, Lee, oh, now I'm disabled. Or if I shut down, what's your name? That's too long. That's disabled. That's where we got to draw the line. So you say, well, I know that, but I still can't prevent it, but you can. You have to have two things. You have to be able to do two things to prevent it. You've got to be able to use one of the crutches, 1 through 8, on any first word. And secondly, you need to have mastered at least a short speech plan, short link stop, short hum through words stop, short sing through words stop, whatever. Short means 1 to 3 words, 1 to 3 words or so. Stop. Stop means 1 second, which is 1001, or 2 seconds. 1001, 1002. My stops must be 1001 at least. Sometimes twice that, or occasionally 3 times that. And then continue. If the other person starts talking, you don't care. You'll get the floor back. We need the stops. That's the speech plan. Linking, speaking in short increments, as I am doing right now, takes practice. You know that. Have you practiced speaking in short increments?
Well, yes, but I feel that I can do it really good in the easy situations and in the crutch practice sessions. And well, but
Your logic, listen, I gotta get to your logic. We've gotta help your mind understand it can't win. Your brain cannot beat our system. Can't do it. You can do things that will beat our system forever, but your brain can't do it on its own. And the fact of the matter is, if you can say the first word, all you need to do is hold your tone, as I am doing right now, and say, well, I can't. Yes, you can. You can sing without stuttering, can't you?
yes, I can.
And so can 99+% of the stutterers I've ever known. Why is that? Because when they hold the tone, when I'm singing, I can't stutter because I'm holding the tone. I got to break the tone. If you will hold the tone, you'll never stutter. You don't have to sing that much. You can go, how are you? Same thing, how are you? Same thing, say that. How are you? Say that.
How are you?
Now, I'm telling you right now, you cannot stutter on R and U when you do what you just did. You can't do it. You have to stop. You've got to stop to break the tone. You only need to break it for a millisecond, a nanosecond, but you've got to break it. In other words, you've got to discipline your brain enough to say, I won't break that sound. You got to be tough with yourself. The habit is there trying to break the sound because, oh, Sean is talking. This is where we break the sound. And he stuttered, remember? No, it's not. It's Sean, all right, but it's not where we're not going to break anymore. We're not going to do it. She said, well, I can't do it, but you can do it. It's a physical thing that you can force to happen. If you were singing, you wouldn't think twice about it. You just do it. Now, we have people who dial up different levels of singing. When I'm talking, I can sort of sing. You say, that sounds so stupid. You know what sounds stupid? Stuttering. That's what sounds stupid. I'd rather sing all day long. And if anybody doesn't like it, I'd say, I'm working on my speech, and they've heard you stutter anyway. Nobody wants to hear you stutter. They don't really, they dislike it almost as much as you do. Because it wastes their time. And if they have a heart, it makes them feel sorry for you, but it's still a waste of their time. They got a problem. They got to get on with their life. You're holding them up, so they don't want to hear it. So they'd much rather hear you sing or yell or whisper than hear you stutter. So I say, when you're singing, your stomach naturally gets hard. You don't think about it, but it does because it pushes air through your chest and your larynx and so forth. So when you're holding your tone, your stomach is always a bit tense, and that's the way it should be when you're talking. You shouldn't say anything to anybody without holding your tone as I am doing now. I'm singing without a melody right now. And if a melody helps, or if I need to do it, I can do it if I need to. I want you to talk to me back and sing to me back. Okay. Can you sing back to me?
Yes, I can.
And when you do it, does it feel good not to stutter?
Yes, it does.
Okay. What is your favorite food?
Well, I like Italian food.
Okay. Have you ever been snow skiing?
Yes, I ski every year for the last 6 years.
You are not holding your tone.
Well, I didn't notice that.
Okay. Do you ski on skis or on a board?
On skis.
Does your family ski?
Yes, they are.
Where have you skied?
Well, I mainly skied in Austria and France.
In Austria. I would like to hear a little vibrato.
Okay, I will try.
Try,
Try,
try.
try.
the more you put into this, the easier it'll be to do it under pressure. You got to be able to dial it up more. Okay.
Well, I have a question. How can I be a better speech cop? Because I feel that sometimes I forget, especially when my speech gets better. I just forget and stutter.
Well, it boils down to how much you want to do it. The more extreme you are in your methods, the easier it is to avoid the stutter. Short link stop. So we're demonstrating short. Your linking is okay. Your singing really isn't. You don't give me any singing. I guess, it might help you to, I don't know, to go to some online program that teaches people how to sing seriously and learn how to hold your notes. Hello, do that.
Hello.
Too short. Hello, do that.
Hello.
That's better. That's better. That's better. Look, stuttering is about holding back. Singing, you can't hold back when you sing. So that's part of the problem for the stuttering habit. That's why it fails. The pressure, the amount of attention, the thought that goes into singing overpowers the stuttering habit. And you can use that in your pressure situations. When you get in trouble recently and doing phone calls and stuff, do you feel as though when you do that, have you tried really holding your tones the way we're doing it now?
Well, yes, I have tried, but in some calls, I just blocked on the first word and my mind went empty and I just froze.
Okay, you said the magic thing. You said first word. Let's work on that. Tell me the ways from the easiest on that you know how to say a first word anywhere, anytime, under any amount of pressure. What are the ways? What are the things you can do?
So the easiest one for me is using Rach 4 or using Rach 1.
Okay, tell me when you use crutch 4, tell me what you do. Or what are your options?
Well, usually I insert a word before the field word, and then I jam the field word into the and then I jam the word or the sound into the field word.
You know, Sean, if you can go, ah, you can always speak. You don't have any more excuses. You are officially out of excuses. All you got to do is go, ah, and connect it to the word. I don't care what the word is. I may have to drop the first syllable, or the first letter, so what? Jean is my name. Coach Lee is my coach. I live in Israel. Where are you going? I'll have a hamburger. I like skiing. I wear 185s. I have a good time. There's nothing that I can't say when I begin with a sound. It breaks the block every time. But you've got to hold the sound into the word. You can do or ah either way. Jean is my name. Say that.
Jean is my name.
Jean is my name.
Jean is my name.
Coach Lee is my coach.
Coach Lee is my coach.
I can always
I can always
say anything
say anything
that I want
that I want
when I begin with a sound.
with a sound.
Now, Sean, we can make the sound long, medium, short, short, so short they can't hear it. Let's demonstrate that. My name is Sean.
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 Easy, wasn't it?
Yes.
Of course it is. You can do this, Sean. But you need to do it all the time. You give yourself time off. You don't get time off, ever. You're on duty 24 hours a day until you can say, hey, I love to speak. I don't care. I'm not worried about it anymore either. You know, I mean, you got to stay on this thing and drive the nail into this coffin and bury this thing. All right, so that's showing the length, long, medium, short, shorter, 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 shorter. You can't even hear it. My name is Sean. I went, That's what I did, That's all I did to break the block. My name is Sean. But I connected. My name is Sean. My name is Sean. My name. My name. My name. My name. My name. Now I can regulate the volume, loud to so soft you can't hear it. My name is Sean. Do that.
My name is Sean.
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 How easy is that? How easy is that? Look, when you can make a sound, Sean, you can speak because the sound breaks the block. It's done. All you got to do is hold it into the sound, into the word. That's all it is. Whether it's long, medium, short, 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 whether it's loud, medium, soft, 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 so soft you can't hear it. It doesn't matter. You'll break the block either way. Long, short, loud, soft, doesn't matter. When you make the sound, you break the block. You are officially out of excuses on first words. You just don't have them. Now, if you sit there and think about it and don't do it, and then say it doesn't work, that doesn't mean it doesn't work. That's like putting the tennis racket down and saying, I can't play tennis, the racket doesn't work. And you put the racket on the court. Of course it's not going to work. You've got to use the racket. Say, I know, but I have this habit. Well, shut your mouth and think about the sound. Don't force words. You cannot force words anymore. You use methods. You do not force things. You can be loud or soft or medium, long or short, but you can't force words. However it is you force them. Everybody has their own unique ways of forcing words. Then they end up with blocks and silences and repeats and facial expressions, grimaces, and all kinds of nonsense. So, now, that's crutch 4 inserting a sound. Crutch 4 also says insert a word. Any word. Why is that? Because you're thinking the word that's blocking you. It's Sean. I can't say Sean. I don't say it. I'm not going to say it. Well, Sean, say that.
Well, Sean.
Solely.
Solely.
Well, Robert.
Well, Robert.
And Samuel.
And Samuel.
Well, Richard.
Well, Richard.
As long as you hold the well into Richard, you won't stutter. So you have the option on every word of making a sound, or inserting a word. Well, so, and you can do it loud, you can do it soft, you can do it long, you can do it short, you can do whatever you want. Because every time you do one of those things, you break the block. You can't be blocked on two things at once. The mind is always blocked on one word, one syllable, one letter. It's never blocked on two. So the minute you do anything else, you break that block. Make a sound or say a word, you've broken the block. That's what crutch 4 says. There's nothing that can keep you. You say, oh, and then I think about the second word. Don't say it. Same principle. What you cannot allow yourself to do is hold back the solution while you plan another word and fear it, and then start to force it. You got to use the solution. You got to use the racket to hit the ball. You can't just think about the racket and then put it down and watch the ball go by. It's just a habit. Sean, it's nonsense. It's a habit. That's all it is. When you stop doing the habit, you will be fluent. You'll be as fluent as I am or anybody you know. There's nothing that's going to stop you from doing this except you. Now, short link stop. What does short mean?
Well, 1 to 3 words or so.
Right. And what does or so mean?
It's not an exact number.
Right. So it's a few words. All right, that's short. What does link mean?
Is holding the sound through my words and saying them as one.
And what does stop mean?
It means stopping for 1 or 2 seconds, which is 1001, 1002.
Okay. Now, it's very important that you recognize that you can't stutter unless you force a word. You can't stutter. You can think about stuttering, but you can't stutter until you try and force the word. You say, well, if I go totally silent and I just sit there and stare at people, that's not stuttering, but it's still disabled. And I agree with that. But you don't sit there indefinitely. You throw out a sound or any word that you're not stuck on. If you're stuck, you can only be stuck on one word. You got thousands of words you can say. It doesn't matter if they make sense or not. Once you've said them, you've broken the block. And you'll be able to say the terrible word that you're stuck on. The second you've broken, that's the irony of it. Isn't that ironic and silly, but it's true. I can't be blocked on Sean or Lee or anything else if I'm not thinking it and fearing it. I'm not blocked on it. I can say it all day long. I gotta be thinking about it to be blocked on it. The minute I say anything else, I'm not thinking about it. You have multiple ways of handling this problem. Now, it's true that when you're having bad incidents, as a general rule, talking less is a good thing. You don't say my name is Sean, you just say Sean. If someone says, how are you? You don't give a speech, you just say fine, or okay, or thank you, or fine, thank you, or good, thank you. You don't give a speech. You talk less until you don't feel a lot of anxiety. Also, the softer voice you use, the easier it will be to speak. Talk to me now in your soft voice. Tell me about your family. How many siblings? You tell me about your parents, their ages, and so forth. In a soft voice.
All right. So I have 3 sisters, and they all are smaller than me. And
Get a bit closer to a whisper. A little closer to a whisper. Can you do that?
3 sisters, and they all are younger than me. Well, I also have, well, I also have, well, 2 dogs and 3 cats and my parents are both.
Almost a whisper. You got to get closer to a whisper to get the benefit of a soft voice. It's got to sound soft to your brain. You know what? Why? Because the habit is not as strong when you're talking in a soft voice. It fades. It may not even be there. The habit may not even reach you. But you gotta get closer to a whisper. I used to be called whisperer because I whispered when I'm having a problem. I whispered, and suddenly I stutter when I whispered. Or I could yell at him a little bit and then come down. In a bar, I would yell because nobody could hear me. I'll have a beer, please. George, what did you want? George wanted a beer. Fire, fire, get the water. No problem. No problems. Can you feel the difference when you whisper? Less pressure. Can you feel?
Well, yes, I can feel.
That's another option that you. I'm not asking you to do everything the same way. If you find whispering is easier, whisper for it. So what? Nobody cares. Anybody says, why are you whispering? This time I'm working at speed. Got a sore throat. I just feel like nobody cares. Ask you again. Am I making any sense to you?
Yes, you do.
You need to convince yourself that you can do this. You get stuck on a first word, poppycock. It's not acceptable. Why? You can say any other word. It doesn't matter what the word is. Pizza Lee, Pizza Sean. What's the difference? I'm thinking about pizza. My name is Lee. So what? Nobody cares. Sean, everybody has so many problems. Your problems and my problems just aren't on their list. They're just, most, Voltaire said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. You're not alone, Sean. Neither am I. We just have different kinds of desperation. I used to have stuttering. I decided not to do it anymore. And I don't do it. I have other problems I'm working on. Anger and anxiety and some physical problems. Stuttering is part of my past. It's history. I love speaking. Sean, you can love it too. As soon as you stop forcing words, and using the methods to say the starter word, and then it'll link your words to a stop. Stop longer. Stop more often. No pressure. It's all gone when you stop. Stop more. Stop longer. Speech is fun, Sean. And you're going to make it fun. You know, you're a handsome guy, you know. You're not ugly like me or like, you know, so many people. You got a lot more, you know. So, you know, count your blessings, man. It could be a lot worse. And you don't have to do this. So, when you keep it really short, when you hold your tone through your words, when you stop, it's easy to do what I'm doing right now. You never have to stutter. You can always say something else or make a sound connected for a few words. And stop. But you gotta do it plenty. In the normal day, do you talk virtually on a computer a lot, or are you usually on a phone, or what?
Well, I usually go to the office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to whisper more. Let's work some more on whispering. Work some more on whispering.
All right.
So, when you go to work, tell me about it. Are you in a room with one desk or a bunch of desks or what? What's going on?
Well, we are in an open space, so there are a bunch of desks.
Is it mostly guys, or is it all guys, or a lot of women, or what?
So I work in the high-tech uh, in the high-tech industry, so we don't have a lot of women, but we do have some.
Okay. You come out of your whisper fast. If you stayed in the whisper, and you'd be surprised, people can hear you. If you point your mouth towards them when you talk, they'll hear you. I think whispering is a good option. Look, you got to get used to talking without thinking words. You think thoughts, not words. Every time there's a problem with a word, you're focused on the word. Don't do it. Focus on the thought. What is your thought? Well, we don't have many women, or whatever the thought may be. It's not about words. You focus on the thought. And the thing about it is, your brain is so much smarter than you think it is. You start talking without planning what you're going to say. I call it babbling. Just talking without thinking. Doesn't matter what you say. Your brain is not going to say anything stupid. It won't. It's way too smart for that. Like you breathe fine, and believe me, it thinks fine too. It can pick words just fine. Doesn't need your help. Get out of the way. Just babble. I want to say a bunch of things to you without thinking about anything that I'm saying. Now, I want you to talk to me the same way that I'm talking to you. Go ahead.
I will do this, and I will speak like this with anyone, and I won't think any words.
Good. Did that hurt? Did that hurt anywhere? Did that hurt you?
No.
Are you
Felt
sorry?
good.
Are you sorry you did it? Are you sorry?
No.
Oh, okay. Tell me some more stuff about your childhood. What do you remember about your childhood when you were under 10 years old? Tell me something silly or funny or smart or educational or interesting. Tell me something about your life under age 10. Wait a minute. Let's see who this is. Hello?
Hey, Steve. This is Floyd.
This is a test. Can you hear what I'm saying right now?
Yes.
I'm talking to a guy from Israel right now, and he tells me that he can't whisper on the phone because people can't hear him. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, yes.
Well, he's smiling. He's a smart aleck. He's a smart aleck. His name is Sean. And, you know, he's kind of handsome, but he stutters, and it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And we're trying to get him to realize how ridiculous it is. I'm trying to get him to babble in a whisper voice like I'm doing to you right now. Now, I know you think I'm crazy, don't you? You've known that for a long time. This guy's been helping me for 20 years, Sean. He's had to deal with me for 20 years, this guy. Thank you for calling back, David.
You're welcome.
Bye. Now, I rest my case. You gonna do it? Or am I gonna have to come to Israel and track you down like a dog?
No, I will do it.
Okay. Okay. So I think that's it for now. Short link stop and crouch 4 on the first word. Okay. Yes. All right. You feel better. You feel better. Do you feel better?
Yes.
Started to stutter a few times today, but you haven't really stuttered in this session. To my way, from my perspective.
Yeah.
Do you realize that?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, some awkward or clumsy or choppy speech, so what? Who cares? No one cares. That'll go away too. It's just a question of not having these bad incidents. If you can make a sound or say any other word, you'll never shut down again. Then when you said the first word, you keep it short and link to a stop. It will help to talk in a soft voice. It will help to talk about this. But you can do this, but you gotta do it. You gotta keep doing it. You gotta make it the new habit. And you gotta keep doing your mind training, your reading aloud, all that stuff helps. I didn't ask you to read aloud today because you read aloud great.
Yeah.
That's not the problem. Thinking the message when you're not reading is a problem. You don't do it. You think about words, and that's the wrong thing. You've got to think about the message and how you can say it. Say, today I'll make a happy day for me 5 times, 5 different ways. Say that for me.
Well, today I make a happy day. Today I'll 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 make a happy day.
Good. Good. See how much energy you had to put into that and how much thought. When you do that, you do not have time to think, to let the habit gets overpowered. It's shoved in the background. Every time you shove it in the background, it's weaker. Every time. And after a while, it gets too weak and it's just not there anymore. What you just did, you can do with anything you have to say as long as you live. You say, I don't want to do that, it's too dramatic. Yes, you do. You do want to do it. It's a more interesting way of speaking, frankly. Most people are boring when they speak. You weren't boring just then. No. You were interesting. Oh, yes, you are. Be an actor. Be on the stage. Be passionate. Be possessed by your message. How over the top can you be when you speak? When I was a kid, I was a singer. I sung a lot on the stage, and I won some contests and stuff. And I was live on the radio and blah, blah, blah. And my speech coach said, Lee, if you want to be any good, you gotta be an extreme example of yourself. Show. You gotta be an extreme example of yourself. Can you do it, Sean?
Yes, I can.
Okay. On that happy note, I'll see you again